Right, so I like to say Barak Tehawa, Barak Tehawa Shah, Barak Tehawa, Barak Tehawa Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Alright, so I just want to get a little bit of this article, and then we can grab some scriptures. So it says, ambassadors from Baltic state claims Putin might launch existential war, urge NATO to prepare. Only collective defense can guarantee security in Europe. It says the ambassadors to the United Kingdom from the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. This is crazy names, man. Salakia, if I'm not saying them right, bear with me. Have warned that Russia President Vladimir Putin might pivot and launch an existential war on the region. The three ambassadors have stated that the Ukraine war has dragged up the nation's darkest memories of occupation under Soviet leaders. Joseph Stilton, KNews.com has learned. The ambassador to the United Kingdoms from the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania have warned that Russian President Vladimir Putin might declare war on the nations by Russian Minister of Defense, Salakia, if I'm not wording those names right, but you could read them off, if you wish. But war is gonna escalate, man. Things not gonna get better. War is gonna escalate. Russia is pushing forward. Russia is pushing forward, and they know these things. And the U.S. and NATO can't get involved unless Russia declare war on NATO, right? And I remember a while back, I believe it was NATO that tried to declare war on Russia when a missile, right? When a missile, they found a missile that was in, I think it was close to like Poland's border, or was in Poland, and they found it. And NATO was saying that it was one of Russian missiles, but the U.S. wanted to investigate, right? So when they investigated the missile, they found out that the missile was actually a Ukrainian missile. So NATO, they really want this war with Russia, right? They really want this war with Russia, but ultimately, the Lord is working on the spirits. He's working on the minds of the kings to bring about this World War III, because we're already in World War III. And like I always say, the only reason why it doesn't look like we're in World War III because America haven't been touched yet. People are still living out their day-to-day lives, not just only in America, but in other countries as well, right? World War III doesn't have to necessarily mean that every nation in the world have to be at war. World War III is just nations that's at conflict with each other, right? And right now, there's a lot of conflict that's going on. You got war with Russia and the U.S., Russia and Ukraine. Then you got tensions brewing up between Russia, NATO, the U.S., right? You got they're still going on about China and Taiwan. Then they're going on about China having conflict with the U.S. Then you have Israel and Palestine, Israel and the Houthis and Iran. Then you got the U.S. against the Houthis in Iran, Israel and Hamas. So there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on in the Middle East that's bringing about the spark of World War III. And there's many articles coming out on tensions getting worse between these nations, man. You got a lot of military drills going on, right? You got a lot of military drills going on. You got threats of nuclear war. And why? Because it's prophesied for these things to take place. You go into Joel, the 3rd chapter. Go into Joel, the 2nd chapter. Right? Go into Jeremiah, the 50th chapter or the 51st chapter. Matthew's, the 24th chapter. Right? 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. And more. There's many book, chapter, and verses that talk about these things taking place with these nations. And every day we're getting closer and closer to America, aka Babylon, right? And the war coming into your backyard, man. Every day we're getting closer and closer. Every day the same things that happened in the ancient kingdoms from Greece to Rome is going to happen here in America. Financial crisis, outside invaders, right? What they call a coup d'etat. And it's funny how in a video in a movie Leave the World Behind, when they were getting warnings, they were getting warnings talking about the military. That was a rogue men in the military that was starting up a coup d'etat. But that could just be what? That could just be something to throw you off. That could be just a what they call it, I forget what they call it, man. But that could just be a distraction, an excuse for the things that they want to bring about here in America. Then you got all these bridges collapsing. And then you could tell that they're purposely collapsing these bridges. Why is it that they've been doing deliveries with these shipments for years, right? Back and forth with these same ships, taking the same routes. But all of a sudden, now supposedly these ships are taking different routes. They're crashing these bridges. These bridges are collapsing. Why is that? What's going on, man? Right? And you have people making videos on, their theories on what could be taking place. But like I said, this is just my opinion about it, right? But that could be a way for them to cut the people off from going into the cities, man, by collapsing some of these bridges or making it harder for people to go into the cities when they bring about these things upon the world. Because it's coming real soon, man. Any day you could wake up and things could just get hectic. The economy could crash. You can't access your funds. Right? You people would most definitely act like savages in that day. So there's a lot going on, man. And war is in high tensions right now, man. Especially with Vladimir Putin. And he's doing what? He's throwing out more threats out there. Right? More threats are going out there, man, towards other nations. Right? So let me get this, man. Salakia. So this is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So this is prophesied, man. War is prophesied to happen. War is prophesied to take place here in the world. That's why there's so much going on. Going into the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Right? He said, when shall be the end of the world? Right? He said, there shall be false Christ, false Mashiach Yahawashi, right? People who claim to be Yahawashi or the Most High, right? There shall be wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. So this is prophesied to happen. And things are only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. That was a comment on YouTube that I read the other day. What I believe they is raising up the wages for restaurant workers to like $20 an hour. So that goes for like Burger King, McDonald's, etc. Right? And somebody said that things in America is going to get better. Things ain't gonna get better. Does it look like it's getting better? Things ain't getting better. Just because they going up on wages doesn't mean things are getting better. They went up on wages and then they had to let some of their employees go. Minimum wage, I think minimum wage is what, like $14, $15 right now, I believe. But you got companies that's willing to pay you a set amount of money, but not a good amount of money. So when they're raising the wages up, right, the wages is gonna affect how they do their payment plans, as in how they get their goods into that restaurant. Their burgers, right? Their bread, their what they put upon it. All these things are gonna cost more. Cause they gotta make up for the loss of wages, man. So guess what? In order to balance everything out, okay, wages are now $20, right? But look, we're gonna have to let some of you go. I think Domino's Pizza let a bunch of their employees go. They was even doing it before the bill was passed, because the bill was passed on April 1st. Domino's Pizza, man, was letting go people like crazy because they had to pay a higher amount for their drivers. So they started letting people go. And now that the rest of their employees are getting paid $20 an hour, right now you got McDonald's tripping. McDonald's tripping because they saying, look, we got to pay our employees $20 an hour, but we don't want to charge an excessive amount for no damn burger, man. So that $20 wage have really put a problem out there for not only the owners, the franchise, but now have caused a problem for the employees. So no, things ain't getting better, man. Actually, the laws that they're passing to make it believe that they're helping out the people are actually worsening the situation that's going on, man. So to believe that things are getting better, you whacked out of your mind, man. Things are only getting worse, and that's really if you paying attention to it. If you paying attention to what's going on, then you can see that things aren't getting better, man. You coming into a great time of trouble. right? Things are getting better, but you still got people money coming up missing out of banks, man. Right? Some of these people be having a substantial amount of money in banks, but guess what? They end up going missing. But things are getting better, though. So, like, you bear with me. So, no, man. You know, things are only going to get worse. More stores are gonna close up. More mom and pop stores, more grocery stores, more restaurants. The cost. There was an article that I came across yesterday in Newsbreak that stated that the housing market is worsening. It's worsening. So real soon, these people that have what they call ownership of homes, their mortgage is about to go up again. You already got people foreclosing on their homes because they can't afford it, man. Let alone, you got I forgot what that one dealership is called, Jack something, right? But you got a lot of vehicles that's been repossessed, man. There's been so many repossessed vehicles, and from 2023 to now 2024, man, it's getting crazy. People cannot afford this shit. Things are only getting worse. It's not gonna get better, right? But people live with that mentality of wanting America to get better, wanting their life to get better. They don't want their lives to get worse, because now you're breaking down their perception of reality, their plans on how they wanted to do things in life. You're messing that up. You messing that up, right? People didn't think that they was gonna have to work 2-3 jobs. They didn't think that there was gonna be foreclosing their homes. They didn't think that their cars would be repossessed at a higher rate, right? They didn't think that they were going to be going to the grocery store and spending $50 to $60 on 2-3 bags of groceries, which isn't shit, especially if you got a family. These people weren't thinking of things like that, man. Their minds was far from America ending up the way it is now. Right? So it's only going to get worse. War is going to escalate between the nations, as we read in the article, right? People's financial situations are going to get worse. Prophecies are being fulfilled, right? But I want to end it from there and say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash, the ones, the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity.